We talked with many customers. All of them, they told us video communication helped them build trust within their organizations and with their customers and partners. So essentially, the more video communication, the better your company culture is. So trust is the key for us to establish a great relationship with you all.
So hi, I'm Kevin. I'm coming to you from the Zoom show floor here. Everyone right now is in Serena Williams' talk right now. That's why there's no one on the show floor, which gives me the ability to record something, which is kind of cool. What I want to talk about today is the announcements that Zoom sort of provided to the entire ecosystem of how they're becoming a major UC player, not just in the video and meeting space, but in a full ecosystem type space. And the big thing of today is they announced their version of Cloud PBX. It's going to be GA, hopefully in Q1 of next year. They are in beta right now, and for the record, I am under NDA and under beta, so I can't tell you about a lot of it, but I can tell you what they actually described about it today. The big features is that, yes, you are going to get a full dial tone and a full telephone number for each named user of your Zoom account if you want to enable that. And that includes call transfer, forwarding, simultaneous ring, voicemail, call recording. So if you need to record a call, that'll be recorded into the Zoom recording system. And call blocking. I'm just reading them from my list here. And the last thing is E911 support. And the way they're doing that initially is just via static registration. So that they'll tie your, just as like a Vonage where you tie an address to a location or a DID to a location, is the same thing. And I think they're doing that on an extension basis as well. So if you have multiple VBX phones or multiple physical phones, each one of them will actually have a unique phone number that will be tied to a physical location for the initial implementation. As for the devices that they're going to support on the platform, they're going to be supporting all OpenSIP devices. That includes Polycom, Yealink, and I think a few other major ones, but those are the big two that they're going to be supporting initially. That includes both the Trio via Zoom Room or VBX Phone via an OpenSIP registration on the Polycom perspective. As for features on the PBX itself, the initial feature set's definitely going to be, they're going to be doing basic call attendant or attendance and call queues, so your basic IVR functionality with time of day based routing, hunt groups, but they want some of the voice features that they will not be doing, which was asked in the question and answer, is there won't be line appearances on phones initially. So it's very much a Skype for Business type approach where you just have a named user and you can either do a ring group of all your devices, but there won't be having multiple numbers appear on a phone. Another big question that was asked during the Q&A is, are they doing contact center? And no. So they're sticking with, initially, they're going to be partnering with some of the major contact center providers, the cloud contact center providers, and they'll provide a SIP trunk into that provider and land. If you want to land a call on a Zoom endpoint, you can do that and have the interface through your cloud contact center provider. Now, the way they're sort of charging for the PBX here is that the actual Cloud PBX is a part of the plan. Or the Cloud PBX is built into your Zoom subscription. However, you do have to pay for an additional calling plan, either from Zoom, or the good news is they have announced that they're going to be partnering with any of your big phone companies, so they can do a direct SIP trunk from the phone companies themselves and charge you via your typical SIP trunk connection, or you can bring your own SIP trunk via the internet or via a private link into the Zoom network. Now, with those last two options, you do have to pay an additional fee to actually enable the SIP trunk connection. So I'm not sure what that is just yet. They haven't really described it, but that is something that you do have to be aware of. So if you use a Zoom calling plan, that's included. But if you want to have an external SIP connectivity, they will charge you for that interconnection. But in general, the entire Cloud PBX is included within the general subscription, aside from your external SIP connectivity. Now, for pricing, they haven't announced any pricing today, but what they have said is that for things like common area phones, there will be a separate tier of add-ons, as Zooms like to say. And what the add-ons are is that they'll have a specific common area phone plan, which is not a meeting-enabled account like a Zoom Room or just a named user, but just a basic be able to make phone calls type plan. There were a few questions that was asked. One of them was, will Zoom support fax? And they said probably not in the initial implementation, other than using an ATA type device over a SIP trunk. And they're looking at eFax, but they don't really see the demand for it right now. So if you want to, make sure you notify your account manager. I'm just looking at other things on the list here. Oh, I asked about dial plan support thinking of Ken Lasco here. They are looking to get dial plans into the initial release. From the looks of what I saw on the show floor, is that right now it's very much a basic phone system and it's not multi-site aware just yet. So we're not sure how that's going to land in terms of when it's going to go GA, but that's something I did definitely say to them that was definitely very high on the list. And the last thing about advanced routing, if Zoom will just be an end phone system or it'll be an end-to-end router, very similar to how Skype transformed from Link 2010 to Link 2013, where it was no longer just an end phone system. We do not know that just yet. They have not announced what the routing capabilities of the system is, and they're just more gathering the requirements right now. As for the roadmap of when this is all coming out, they are in private beta right now, and then towards the end of the year, they're going to be going towards a public beta for probably small and medium businesses, looking to GA sometime in early in 2019. But that's all the details I have on the cloud phone system today. The other things that Zoom announced today was things around their Zoom Room system, where they now will do multi-content sharing into the Zoom Room. I'm not sure how that's going to exactly work onto the far end, but at least into the room itself, you can actually have 2 different AirPlay devices onto multiple monitors in the Zoom Room. They've advanced their audio processing capabilities, so they'll do this, multiple mic mixing and pick the right, the right microphone. Improve some enterprise management, and of course they definitely are pushing forward the digital signage inside Zoom Rooms. Now my favorite announced feature is what they call audio signature, which is a feature across the entire Zoom meeting platform, is that you can turn on a forensic fingerprint which gets played back to any participant in the room. So if someone tries to record it from their cell phone, for example, recording a Zoom screen, it will actually record the audio fingerprint of that call, and you can trace it back to whichever open stream was recording that from a audio perspective, which is, I find, very cool.
Zoom's audio signature software secures your meetings to protect your organization's intellectual property and competitive edge. When audio signature is enabled during every Zoom meeting, each Zoom user's credential is embedded as an audio signature. In the case that a recording that shouldn't have been made public does surface, you can easily identify the source of the leaked information. The Zoom audio signature decoder reads the encoded audio signature from the leaked audio file and identifies the individual user who surreptitiously recorded and shared the meeting. With Zoom's audio signature technology, you can collaborate across teams with trust and peace of mind.
And the last thing that they did showcase, which was kind of cool, is they are using the depth camera on the iPhone to do a full virtual background without having to have a green screen. And they're also doing a variant of that for your computer as well, too, which they're just doing an outline and probably tracking the movement of tracking your movement of your body there to mask the background so you can work from anywhere. To wrap up, the announcements today at Zoomtopia were sort of game changer in making Zoom sort of become one of the leading players in the UC market. So if I see the sort of the 3 pillars that we're looking at for enterprise, for enterprise use, is we sort of have Microsoft with Microsoft Teams and Skype for Business. We have Cisco with Cisco Teams or Spark and COCM. And then Zoom is sort of the 3rd major player in the market here, really looking to become, they're sort of the most forward-leaning company I've seen in terms of both from a Zoom endpoint and how they're partnering people, and how they are pushing the envelope forward. And I think Siri and Brilliant just finished, and everyone is exiting and flooding the show floor again. So I'm going to sign off for now, and it's been a great Zoomtopia. Thanks.